Now this stupid Gucci watch, it is 8 o'clock exactly on the dot, on point, PM, Saturday night in Las Vegas, the 13th of June, 2026. And this Gucci watch says it's 6:04. Okay. I mean, our AC went out and our electricity, but not this battery-operated Rolloy. Well, it's another unseemingly quiet, popping night, Saturday night, right here in Las Vegas. And I'm not going to stay inside all the time. And I guess I'm well dressed for the silver battleground state. And they love me. And any attention, you know, you give them. And I guess now, according to, well, Meta, Facebook, you can write on public pages all different variations of spelling, at least in American English, slang, hood, very funny. Who's hood? So my friend AJ just asked me if I was gonna walk downtown, but we are downtown. It's dusty, it's musty, it's a hot breeze, but it's not that hot for Las Vegas. What are you doing tonight? Oh, is this a stationary bike, or are you using it for exercise, or just to hold your Saturday night?
This is my spot.
Oh. You know, this, I'm getting repetitive. District 6 for these stupid Las Vegas these days. Well, you know, these local top criminals, I guess they're white collar or blue collar, I'm not sure. The bridesmaids, let's keep it Greek here, and Greek Jewish, Berkeley and Titus are on a photo op, I guess, at a multicultural event like this or something on one of their government pages or voting campaigns. That's tight ass in Berkeley. Repetition, repetition, repetition without even trying, you know. I guess up in Alaska, I broke their, well, fake COVID homeless facade. Oh yeah, and their recovery industry. Have a great Saturday, you love Maria Athens. Who wants to go on a date? I can tell you my interests, well, skill set and unique hobbies. Now I live in downtown Las Vegas right now, and where would you like to meet? Over coffee? I mean, if you want to have a drink, I'll be okay, I guess. Well, if you're normal, and then define normal. Or do you want to have a bite together? Should I get on plenty of fish, or what should I do? I mean, all my super fans in tinted windows, right? LDW, APD, yeah, you know us, and it just trickled down here and across the globe. Vampire terabyte, I'm not on a new hype. It's OG me. Well, happy at I-7-Eleven nearly every day or night. Whoa! It's me without Happy Athens. Does a Persian still own it? Can I get a coffee? Can I buy cigarettes or some backwoods for my medical marijuana? Or a Slurpee that are really gross, or some snacks? Adeyan Greek. Yeah, 7-Eleven. Backdoor Little Maria. They picked up the cash flow. Now these, I believe, are franchised. And they wanted me to do that story that I talked about, and then they didn't want to. Reporting live from Las Vegas, I'm Maria Athens for News 25 Television. We're right here at Stewart and the Las Vegas Boulevard Strip North. So much illegalities in here based on food, liquid, all non-alcoholic, cigarettes, wrappers, if you know what that is, blunt wrappers, snacks. I never bought water there though. Lighters. Am I forgetting anything? Oh yeah, Happy, my puppy. Bump, bump, I'm a historical landmark, and so are not you. Lucky Cuss Motel, circa 1955. The Lucky Cuss Motel sign originally was installed at 3305 Fremont Street. The motel was constructed in 1955 and formerly called the Panorama Motel. This sign was modified from the original, likely redesigned in the 1970s. Collection of the Neon Museum, restoration funded by City of Las Vegas and Federal Scenic Byways 2023. I know where I was. Where were you? I was here doing well. My stupid show that was good, Vegas Stronger, works with Maria Athens only. Doing hospice for Agape and taking care of Kalamata-gatoula with Lil Randall centers watching and being forced to move to Palmetto, Florida. Now, when I drove with Kalamata and Lil Randall, you know, it was good because there was a Siri music that, you know, bombed out on the Cadillac that we bought from, I think, Feline Cadillac in Henderson. And I didn't cry a lot, but, you know, I did. I'll be watching you. Not that song, the other one. You belong to me. I think it's a Puff Daddy song. So, you know, and the CD player didn't work, and I didn't have my CDs for some reason. He had stolen those and already brought them to Fayette or something. And it really was a catharsis. You know, I drove by myself, and I was supposed to leave the day earlier with a companion in a different vehicle who had secured a lot of my, well, legal stuff. So then my ex got centers. He said, look at this stupid place. So he said he needed to get the Cadillac checked, right? But with respect, I won't say his name, you know, he runs on military time in a good way. He wasn't waiting. So he gets there a day before July 4th, 2023. So I said, you can stay with Scott Centers and his mom. He slept in his car and kept going. I've just got to embrace it. It's all about me. One time, I know you saw me on the video, true. I know you heard me on the radio, I guess only in parts of Nye County, true. But you don't give me any attention. I'm a slut, I'm a hoe, I'm a freak. Got a different nothing every day of the week. It's cool, I don't want to put a rush on you. I've got to let you know I have a crush on you. I'm always low pro, and so is everybody else. Maybe at the center divide, very funny. Saturday night on the Fremont Street Maria Athens experience. Someone I consider a new friend. She was telling me that she was, you know, a RTC armed guard, but they didn't pay enough and it was just too much. Which what went on the bus? Look at this. This is wild. Roll the dice. I mean it. Reporting live from Fremont Street Experience without my happy Athens. I'm Maria Athens. It's Saturday night, still June 13th, 2026. Look at our city. I just mean some of the patrons. That Walgreens did what they did. My feet are looking better, you know? And I was a lot more embarrassed, and I am repeating myself. As we know, Lil Randall loves LVMPD. No, I'm not gonna. So they're waiting at the green. I always did that too with Happy, you know. And I had a lot of shame. I always looked down and nobody knew who I was. Either LVMPD or police marshals, but they kind of did. So 7 with respect. I see 1 police marshal vehicle, SUV, and 6 LVMPD. And I don't, you know, base my worth. Well, I do kind of, you know, once I do a newscast. And so, well, very funny. They're, I guess, parallel bumped up to some of this. Well, I'm pretty versed naturally and organically well with not reading directions with technology. So here, right here in Las Vegas, you can be a political, different variations and affiliations, but be the mayor pro tem here, at least in the 25-year dynasty, and across religions too. And now our pro Temi has a neon rainbow tie on, talking about, I guess, in Women's International Month or something. And he was stalking me in the Arts District. I have ample photos of him passing me. Do you like my new glasses, or who do you dress up as? We're all getting older. Is that good or bad? Me so good. Psych. I'm good. Now I am a lover of Las Vegas. Las Vegas is for lovers, right? I don't want to live in Virginia. Moving back to me and us. Imagine how this place must have been, you know, because it's pretty dead, you know, once you get off the Fremont Street experience. And, well, that place can be good. But lately, you know, and like, you know, I mean, there's nothing going down here. So when I came down here the first time, well, with my ex-boss, I said, you know, it's smaller than Anchorage down here. It's like, no, it's not, but it is. I mean, city proper. How's the Ramada in Anchorage? Now, I called there a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago, probably April, you know, to get my itemized receipt because I paid for that on my Chase credit card, and they hung up on me. I remember so well that Brandy, who worked there, she lived and worked there, and was a receptionist, lived in there, and she, well, sold some stuff. What it was exactly, I'm not sure. And she drove me to the airport. Coming here with Kalamata-gatoula, and she asked me, did I want to put anything on me? I'm good. I've never done that, and I never would, even under the worst of circumstances. It was pretty bad. Ask Scott Center's richer conglomerate pro partnerships or not. So is this new terrain? I guess you could get married or, you know, get your marriage certificate. Look at this archway. I'm going to say metal makes me cough. I know that this is fake, you know. As we know, they have their brights on, and I got it. It's illegal. We'll have your brights on if you can see clearly, and they did that for me. Look at these nobodies. Are you getting married with your parents? Love Maria Athens from the Regency Towers, the one and only.
You're alive and you're saying that like a mad woman, Karen?
Oh, my drapes match my curtains, or whatever you gross people say. I know, they want to be, I'm everything. Pacify me, bitchin' bros. Just kidding. I don't need any training for anything. Right? We're all natural here. Is this open? I love it in here. Fictitious firm name? What does fictitious firm name mean? Wait, what does that mean? I'm gonna do this again. No, I don't. I got a good one, you know. So this is new. We've got a passport and visa photos, instant passport and visa photos, US and foreign. We are ranked as the dumbest county in America. Brazil, Canada, Japan, Israel, China, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, India, Mexico, Peru, South Korea, Vietnam. Okay. And can you get medical marijuana? A photo for that? Can you? It's windy. Thank you. He was very informative and very nice and professional. So do you need your passport photo to get married here if you're international, or you can't make it up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Decatria. Nobody 13-step me. Insanity, and I quote from Recovery, is repeating the same pattern again and again and expecting different results, right? On the Rocks Cosmopolitan. Is it organic? Is it a craft cocktail? It's glass. Are these love letters? Are they parking there to drive drunk? For a second, I thought that was the stratosphere. Just kidding. Love Agape, Happy, and Maria Athens. Kalamata was always at home. I'm repeating myself and wasting time. Not really. And like I said, these sicko, to the umpteenth degree, are watching me illegally. And then, not to quote anyone, almost, so it's not the Las Vegas Sun, it's the Nevada Independent, has a story, you know, because I, with respect, I was here, but I hadn't, you know, put it all together, that our governor, Joe Lombardo, was the LVMPD police sheriff. Now, it connects, you know, in theory, so I Googled to see what he looked like. And an article talks about that our sheriff is a little bit Trumpy. And that's another one. So the Dana Gentry chick, right? So she gets right next to me. I think it was, well, now he's our vice president, JD Vance rally, right? It was a smaller one. So she's sitting there with a little notepad and everything. And then she's like asking me questions or something, but I didn't talk to anybody. And then I was thinking, well, clearly she doesn't want to be here. I don't say clearly, I guess I do after watching the Golden Jubilee. And I mean, I get something out of it every single time, if you can believe it. And it's background, well, music at this point when I take a shower. You know, I can't even take a shower. So then I know California left. Back to me, and that didn't distract me. Of course it didn't, you know, and that's all they want to do. That's all they want to do. So she's sitting next to me. So she starts snarky asking me these questions, right? And then, I don't know, you know, it's a small town. So then at KPVM-TV, she's at DJT VPJD rally. She sends KPVM television, I guess, the administrator of that email. Attention, Maria Centers, about a New York Times article about Joe Biden and or Kamala Harris. I am pretty smart. I went to a first-year university, and I was smart before that. I need Dana Gentry to watch the New York Times. Are you from New York or Seton Hall? These disgusting, I guess, white-collar illegals knew I wanted to come here. So I'm going to stand on this. This is my meditation area. Excuse me. I'm not making fun of you. So I like it right here.
I don't. You could do your thing.
Okay.
None of that, Javier. That bitch ain't got a damn.
So I really like this place. So I would sit.
Her mama,
I would sit on here.
Daddy,
you know.
none of that. Period.
I would sit here. You know.
I meant
so
what
I
I
would sit
said.
or sit. No, I was more.
I'm Larry. Bitch, I ain't
You know, I didn't like myself as much.
stupid ass bitch. Just cause I smoke a bubble, bitch. Bitch, your mama ain't Franklin Federal, dummy. Get your
Local matters. Only in District 1. Elon. From our hair to our toenails, at least.
That's my money.
All 4 mammals.
You met the
RT25D. Yeah, but I'm doing way better. Don't worry. Be happy. Then one time I was on my bicycle gifted by Scott Centers, and I was there and I made a video, right? And I made videos that are kind of, well, cheesy, you know, because I was like, oh, well, you know, those stupid sayings, you know, it had to work out, my news and everything. It had to, and it did, you know, it did. And the world is your oyster, and when you're sober now. Now, I didn't believe all that. I didn't believe it. Look at this place. They're the silent kill. And in some states, I'm not sure, I would never chance it. If you will urinate, I would never do it. Outside. Oh, that's a good story. I sound like this. You can get like a sexual harassment or something, or indecency exposure. So I hadn't, well, shit, in months. And a copy wasn't with me. I was walking on Main from Resolutions, and I told my favorite person in there, she's one of my favorite people, because, you know, so I got behind that electrical box right there before you hit, you know, Resolution. So way before, but not, probably like a 4 or 5 minute walk. And I shit all over the place, but I got behind it so nobody could see me. Very funny. What were they putting in my food or beverages or anything? Ask Scott Centers. Facing intimacy and recovery with your own self, right? I guess, you know, so many years later. So one time too in Alaska, and I was too skinny, but I ate the same amount. I thought, at the time, I thought it was just nerves, you know. And 2 times, and I had tights on because it was cold in the winter. I was walking home from the Peterson Towers, and that's how much I wanted, you know, and it was about 2.5, almost 3 miles each way. Now, it's cold up there, but it's not like the wind chill factor in New York City. It's a little bit, it's different, because you can be waiting at the subway, at least before, I don't know about global warming per Elon Musk or whatever, but your nose feels like it's going to fall off, depending on if you're on one of those high subway stations that's open in Astoria, New York, Queens, you'll get really cold. So it happened to me again. And I, just like shit all in my tights, and I got home and I washed everything off. It was very uncomfortable. Yeah, they knew who I was way before I got to Alaska. Also, years ago, but not, well, more than I think, but not like 10 or 12 or 15 years ago. I think it was Forbes magazine, or one of them, print online, if you will, that the top 5, I think, professional jobs, I know it was top 5, I don't know, was it blue collar, white collar? You can define that as you will. Most stressful are being like a real news anchor, news reporter, if you know what that is. And it is. And with the lowest pay. Star taxi for Maria Athens. Everyone's a star, right? Everybody. Love Maria Centers from Circa and everywhere else. Not really. And so many of these rich bastards voted by mail, or got in the ballot booth and voted for your Trump. You work for Derek Stevens?
Yep.
Oh, what kind of boss is he? So why are you doing this? Like illegally giving me water that's potentially spiked and all of this stuff?
Gave you water.
As we know, I'm a real journalist. Welcome to downtown Las Vegas, June, a Saturday night, 2026, the middle of June. This is what we've turned into. Derek Stevens, low bottom employees stalking me, telling me I'm a bitch and everything under their breath. They don't know who I am, and I'm a stupid hoe. Leaving the Golden Gate Casino, was it juice or I don't. Like this one. At this site, the first telephone was installed in Las Vegas, dedicated during Las Vegas's Diamond Jubilee, October 1980, Central Telefono, Nevada. Golden Gate, baby. Golden Gate Bridge, Maria Athens. Oh no. I love you, Maxine, but I love me too now. I'm such a better catch. Please have my ID ready. Reporting for the Circa at a DJT rally. I'm not Maria Centers. Spread it, everybody, spread it. Don't call me sis. I'm daddy. I Googled sis to see what that meant. What mood are you in, everybody? Saturday night in Vegas. My hair's not perfect, but it's better than all of yours, almost. So it's pretty hot out here, and well, you can always put this in black and white or keep it in color. I'm always filter free, and what I was talking about, well, real bodily health and wellness, that was going on illegally inside of me. So for all my haters, still wearing black and silver though, not even on purpose. And this is pretty conservative. And my stomach protrudes out more in the camera than in actual real life. And people would tell me, you have a body like a little kid with boobs. And they love all that, right? Not too muscular though. I guess I do. No smoking, City of Las Vegas, Nevada. That really goes with the flow. It's fine with my flow. Didn't they say Frank Sinatra had big blue eyes, was an alcoholic from Hoboken, New Jersey? I'm not from New Jersey, but I've always done it my way. Now, when I lived in Athens, Greece, and my friend Daniela would play that, it would make me tear up because I miss my dad and my stepmom. And New York, you know, but not enough to move back. I wanted them to move to Greece. And of course, some people are out to see me that might necessarily not be bad. I don't want any of them, we know. And really I should put this back on because I don't want to lose it with all my fans and everything. And then somebody grabs out my hand, I paid for it. And I guess I need some more clothes, but not really. I have so much at home. And I've bought the same, well, tank tops, I don't call them wife beaters, that I have here, Alaska, New Jersey, New York, probably some in Marin County. Where am I forgetting? Somewhere. California, stolen in Sassoon City, and at my Regency Towers, and at my beloved Stewart Arms. Definitely have 4 or 5 yellow ones. Very funny. But here, well, in Ogden, you know, and I don't do any of this on purpose, and you know, what you see is what you get, kind of. Not really, you know. Not to say you know, but I do right now. I need some water. Now it's not that bad. I'm gonna break my glasses, and of course we all know about my glasses. I don't want it on this side either. You know, but them all watching me, you know, and I think they watch, you know, the good, more famous people. There's a police marshal too. Wanted people, not wanted criminally. I don't mean like that. I'm not in that genre. I'm not in law enforcement. But us good ones, how many there are, I don't think that many. More so with birds. I don't say insects. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Ask real law enforcement. And not to brag, but I do have the coolest closet ever. Or I did. I mean, it's mine, but I took down my disco globe. I'm not into disco globes, balls, disco balls. I never had one before. I never did. And with my paint job and everything, even my richer friends seemingly said I have the best closet ever, and I do. Now, I love Maxine's too, how she decorated hers. Now, like I've said, I used to be, scared kind of to walk this at night with my dogs. Not at the same time. Agape was, primarily in her stroller during those times, and then with Happy. But then I didn't, I wasn't as scared. And I would see, with respect, LVMPD and or police marshal SUVs. Now, is that good or bad? I don't even know. I'm not putting either entity down. And also, I do have a lot of people, the friends that I look up to too, that are in law enforcement, like Wasilamir Burt Cottle. We hit it off and not like that. And I love him so much, and he died, and he always asked me to be in his 4th of July parade in Wasilla with his family, his wife, his children, all grandchildren, and he was a Wasilla police chief before. And you can see us in that fresco with Scott Centers grabbing the handrail, the doorknob, going like this to some ugly old bitch with short hair. To Burt Cottle. How's a lucky wishbone in Anchorage? And one of my best friends ever from Pakistan was in it the last year I was. July 4th. What year was that? 2017 or 2018. And Burt Cottle, platonically and respectfully, is way more handsome than anybody else up there, and taller, I think. At least ratio speaking. Right, Governor Mike Dunleavy? No mask mandates, right? Oh, but you're married to an Alaska native, and they all love you. Did you want me to come back up there for your press attaché? Over 100K, I wouldn't do it. We all know that. And a lot of these people have nothing else to live for going for them than to get paid illegally to harass me, demean me, beat me up, follow me, listen to my every move. Look, it's Bob. Bob, what do you want? Is it fentanyl or what is it? What are you doing? You've got a chocolate cake and everything. He doesn't care. I know. Welcome home. Thank God. Saturday night early. Who wants to come over? So, seemingly I made it home in one piece and I washed my feet because, of course, they were well dirty on the back from Birkenstocks and this dirty, disgusting city. So, what was I going to say? So, what are they doing? Because I'm not wired like this, like I've said. They're trying to illegally intimidate me with all their money and smarts. And all the money I have paid in rent, I said this like 10 years ago in major cities. I could have bought a huge villa in Summerlin back in the day here. How much would it be worth now? $4 million US dollars, right? It's in Las Vegas. Okay, I'm not knocking it, I'm not. Maybe in the right setup, it would be really nice. I don't want people this close to me on their house. Does it really matter? I love the Regency Towers. And really, of course, I feel better going out a little bit, right? I usually do a lot of things a day at once, not exactly at once, but I also definitely chill at home too. I'm a homebody, but I do other stuff too, right? All of this. And like I said, I don't care if you're white, black, purple, green, pink, whatever. So they've got some hood rat or something, right? These are words they say. To go egging me on or making me feel scared, right? Of course. So when I'm leaving, I've never started anything with anybody in here that didn't still call me a bitch or whatever underneath or do this or try to trip me or whatever. But I guess we do or don't have cameras here. I'm not complaining about this complex at all, never have. Right? And so that was up there on the other side of the balcony going like this, looking at me. So of course when they came in here, I'm like, is somebody going to beat my small ass just trying to come home? And yes, it did go through a Agape nice double paned window in East Harlem, but that was different, even though it was like, this is just, there are no words for it. Like how, well, of course it's illegally instigated and they have nothing else going on for themselves except to stalk famous me and try to beat my ass, right? Right? How many people, the same thing I'm saying over and over. No lights on Saturday night, going over a double yellow U-turn, and there's, with respect, law enforcement around, right? I guess there was a flip around for every little thing, right? Welcome to Las Vegas. Old Las Vegas, right? Downtown Las Vegas. Right? Old Las Vegas. A lot of vintage women run this place. And not the good kind. And I'm not bragging, it's a fact. Who could do any of this as well as me? Almost perfect, right? Pretty much. Editing, spitting all these out on this equipment right now. Completely illegally tampered with. And it's pretty bottom level. And I'm not putting down Apple and or Mac, I don't think, unless you're part of it. At least local, right? At the Apple store. You did that. And I, don't base people on this. I forget how many, famous people live here, like Mark Wahlberg. Don't they have him in Boston? I don't know. Somebody told me it was on the Daily Mail. I think I Googled it. He says some really bad stuff about Nazis or something, right? In Boston, but he's your Hollywood star. Or was that the other one? Boys and Girls Club? I don't know. They're all moving to Summerlin, right? We've all got tinted windows here. I don't. Not in any of my classy vehicles. Not even the Maserati. A little bit, not much. We're getting Trumpy with it. Welcome to Las Vegas and the heat is on. Party in the morning to the break of dawn. Welcome to Las Vegas. No matter what color you are, let's get Trumpy with it. And without even trying, I put the V back in vintage Vegas. I would never say Las Vegas. Vintage Vegas. I would only say Las Vegas. Let's keep it retro, hipster, and vintage just for me. Not everybody's working for Mayor Shelley, local Las Vegas. At least not me. That's all I know. I dare to keep children off drugs and adults. We've got our Turkish alcohol-free restaurant right on Fremont before it bottoms up to the Fremont Street experience. Meet me at the Center Divide. Not really. So look at all that plastic on top of my last two smaller toenails. And like I said, my feet didn't hurt before. I walked a lot. but I felt some pressure, especially, so I think it's, whatever it is right in here. Because like I said, I don't have like ugly feet for someone. Now, of course, that's a blister for my Birkenstocks, which is also good too. So this, I think, is their plasticized Elon Musk robotic clone shit in my feet. And I wash my feet, like I said, so Birkenstock tan right here in Las Vegas. Can you hear me? Can you see me legally? Well, another private PSA from the one and only Maria Athens. I love the Regency Towers. I'm done, been there, did that with the sphere. I've got all I need. Cracked, right? Thank God I couldn't before, right? It's not arthritis. Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California, dreaming that Helen Vine love, right? We're in County, California, always. Now, I love the Regency Towers, and we're going to be together for life, as we know. The sphere, been there, done that, did that. I've got all I need. Plus, and there's the Venetian SHOT Show 2025. My birthday that year, I talked about that, and SHOT Show 2026. But I'm the proud co-owner of a Range Rover. Where is it? On Western Ave or Bel Air Drive? Oh, the Bay Area back down. Sacramento, Frisco. Anytime you want to see me again, rewind a different track of Tupac's and picture me rolling and close your eyes. And really, why stop now? You know, since we obviously had a no electric and water shortage, we never know. And of course, well, that's still in the bottom of this, so you can never be too careful. Drinking water is probably good for you. Tap water, Clark County, probably. It's a boiling advisory on Basin Ave. Is that at the DMV or that's in Peru? So this is a stainless steel tea kettle from India. I'm not sure, no, I think it says made in India. And it was fine for about 5 months. Cha-ching! Less than $200. With me. Just kidding. Right? Your Alaska kink or whatever. Las Vegas. My globe. Happy Sunday, June 14th, 2026, from downtown Las Vegas. Now, like I said, I always made Scott Center's breakfast when he was home, no matter what day of the week it was. Would you like fried eggs, scrambled eggs, and omelet? We have cheese. We have, from the dollar store, Albertsons or Smith's, usually, primarily. Then, of course, there was a place in Enterprise. He always wanted to drive up there when I didn't have a driver's license. It said, the odometer in our Maserati, his Maserati, thank God, 25 miles away. Why did he always want to go there? Do you want bacon or do you want sausage? And, you know, we have mushrooms. I know you don't like onions, only fried. And I can make it all, and I can put it, you know, on his lap desk. I bought him always with bottled water in the Keurig. Now, I bought a new Keurig with my own money, and it's like brick red to, you know, add an accent ambiance to the cornflower blue kitchen cabinets and cupboards that I painted. How many? 72, 78. I've talked about that. Right. And then he wouldn't eat it all, you know. And then they said, I've heard it faces a different way. It actually faces the west side, right? The west side in 25D, that there's like a pocket of wall. But I swear, you know, because even before the bad times when I heard about that, I don't know who told me it wasn't the internet. We just don't have it. So it's within our, robot me, and I'm not OCD, but here we are. According to Instagram or something, June 14th, 2026 is our U.S. President Donald J. Trump's birthday. 80th, and 8's my favorite number, and well, he's 08, not to bring him into this. Happy birthday, Pola. And I have an easy last name. I don't want to scream. It's easy. It's Athens. And with respect to our president, at least on White House, March 25th, celebrations of Greek Independence Day, which is my father, Dr. Athens of Criminology's birthday. He's 77 this year. The way you pronounce the names is pretty funny if you have a sense of humor. I am very proud that mine's short and neat and clean to say. It's Maria Athens. Happy birthday. I mean it. Well, I knew it was coming, or it doesn't surprise me. Processing abandoned. So I started this at, well, of course I write everything down, not OCD. 1% at 7:06 p.m. Processing abandoned in the last 3 to 5 minutes, and I don't check it that much. It is 12:23. Kyriaki Unio. Ine Unio. Dodaka ke ikosi kria. Deka tesada. Ikosi exi. And they're on everything. What up? Day and night up in here. No electricity, no AC, nothing. No internet. They're on my internet. Everything. Because I'm so powerful. Yeah. Kalo Sabado Kiriako. Yeah. June 12, 13, and 14, 2026. From the one and only Maria Athens. That's downtown Las Vegas. Ward 5. District XC. Oh yeah. Self-love. It's not YouTube's fault, I don't think, for Scott Centers. Let that sink in. I'm good. I told myself I was gonna do this days ago, right? So we've got so now it's asking me, thankfully, I hope, to join the network, courtesy, and I have the password that I got preemptively, didn't even write it down before June 1st, and now it's the 14th. Kyriaki, that's Sunday in Greek. Hello, Sabato Kyriako. So we've got it all in here. Cox sucks. Cox Verizon #1 hottest spot. Lady Red Verizon. Gary Bear dog kids. Hide your kids. Hide your Wi-Fi. Ferguson's private. Now that's on 11th and Fremont. In between 10. Ferguson's Sonos. Are they Latino or Greek? Just kidding. Ferguson's Visitors, T-Mobile, Stewart Arms. So what should I do? Don't worry, I have it. I should have done it days ago. Just for you, 12 hours in a day, 24 hours in a day and night, 7 days in a week, 365 days live. Love, Maria Athens. And Lil Randall. And to most or all gazillionaires out there, if you know what I mean, I'm so much smarter, prettier, talented, and obviously unique. I know. So I've loved these, forever, really. Those are teeth, not that much. So these, there was a good deal on them on my Albertsons. You just can't make it up. Who cares if they can go Barbara Green's bun? That's just to their beers to live in this thing. Now it looked nice back in the day. So these are good, and I've loved it. So did mine. Not really. You didn't want to look at it. These were on sale. And then it's still at the same percent, so I'm trying to upload something that's less than 2 minutes. It's stuck on 51% for about an hour.
A lot of folks have been here a long time. They've raised families in Regency Town.
Me too.
They have multiple
generations. Scott Centers, myself. Agape and Kalamata-gatoula, and then Happy.
Regency Towers quickly became the place to live.
And the place to be with me.
Notables who lived in or spent
Maria Athens, Maxine Gaines, among others.
Debbie Reynolds, Latoya Jackson,
So you can do the splits at 70. Whoa. Whoa. I'm not going to put my lipstick on again, but I do wonder, because Elon Musk was eating cubed mangoes while at a white table with in a white bowl. So then I got these that were much more expensive, but they were cubes. And so did Elon Musk pay off whoever cubes the frozen mangoes? Because he loves me that much. But deals don't last forever. So obviously it is very criminally disheartening that Scott Center set me up like this, right? He set me up like this in my animals. But, you know, you've got to, but, no, none of this is funny, by the way. Earlier this time, well, last year, I was talking about, you know, being dressed down or dressed up to Scott Center's. So I thought to myself, positively, but I wasn't trying to be positive, organically and naturally, that Kalamata-gatoula and probably Happy needed about 6 months of health and wellness rehabilitation, not recovery industry like alcohol and or drugs, or maybe drugs, right? In and out of Kalamata-gatoula and Happy, right? 6 months ago, not a year. And it's almost here. It's June 14th, Sunday, 2026. And I haven't seen them since July 26th or 2025, right? Yes. And then Scott Centers is up there with LVMPD. Oh, yeah. Animal control. Clark County Animal Control. Yeah. They're with you. Elon, you love us so bad. And you're not a billionaire now, big boy. You're a trillionaire. And it still is, well, I think illegal to have 3 legal citizenships. And according to my Google, which I haven't Googled you much, once or twice, you're not shit to me. It goes in order, USA, Canada, and South Africans. Or is it South Afrikaans? How's all of your children? But some of them don't use your last name and you don't pay for them anymore. Are they straight? Are they gay? Are they trans? Are they trans? Are they French? Are they from Quebec? Are they from Kentucky? Are they from, I don't know, Uganda? But there's rich white people, at least in South Africa, and some stupid Greek Africans I've met and worked with. Starlink, Meta, Pluto, Mars, Earth, Uranus, Galaxy, Milky Way. Irritated by my real period? Irritated by my Kotex? Who got my bad? Local Matters, right? City of Las Vegas government, right? Then where did it blast off to? You sick? How's everybody's offspring? Young tender, will you be mine? Sit back and they'll... Is that a rooster? A turkey? What is it? Is it a tofurkey? I'm not really into tofu. Unless it's from an Asian restaurant and it tastes really good. Now, I have bought it years ago, probably in high school, probably in undergrad, and tried to marinate it. It didn't work. It tastes like plain Jell-O, and I'm not into Jell-O. And on, and on, and on, and on. Because I'm who I am, and you're not shit, even with your ad infinitum gazillions. And as many of us know, who well follows local government right here in Las Vegas and or Nevada, Mayor Shelley's got her toes out. Does Dr. Lemmer in their iconic love affair have a foot fetish for her toes? I don't have a foot fetish on anyone's toes. Will love my toes. Agape, Kalamata, and Happy's paws. Happy's castration. And so much more. And on her right leg, the cancer ball that started and got cut off 10 days or 9.5 before she died. Right? Dr. Lisa Morrow of Haven Animal is a clinic. It's in Enterprise on Rainbow. Keeping that ghetto, how you gonna act like that? Waking up to break up. A paleo love. Agape, Kalamata, and me. Athens. Maria, Las Vegas. And if I may, I'll speak for the both of us. I was excited for my friend on the download to get over 300K likes or hits or members or supporters or followers, right? And now, I think according to my interface, there's Greeks outside of Athens from Helkida stalking us. I mean, it's a compliment, love, Ms. Athens. What state was that in? New Mexico or Arizona or Nevada? I think it was Arizona. I don't know. It could be my interface. Well, as always, because I'm so me, okay, I looked if there was anything in here. And I thought, is that, and I'm nearsighted, so I'm going to take off my Chanel sunglasses. So that was in, well, our bed. But it's not alive. Right? Elon! Or is it a Mark Zuckerberg bug? Insect. And it's not moving, right? Or is it? Should I keep it? Should I? Look at this sick shit. These people are so MFing sick. Can you see it? For all of this. Look, that won't even show up. 4:26 a.m. right here in stupid Las Vegas. And on and on. They love me. Everything. And on and on and on. And on and on and on. For my underwear. And well, since I'm so great, I sleep naturally under normal circumstances because I'm so flexible without even trying. Like this. I do. On either side. That's how I usually sleep. Now, I haven't for years, but I do now. It's not a bed bug, don't worry. It's fake, but it's real and it's in here. I'm so tough, yet feminine, I know. Just like all of you. So I'm just going to put it in this, from my tea kettle. Happy goddamn Sunday to all the devils and their little feeders. Another short banger here. So this was, in my bed, and it's not a bed bug or anything, and it wasn't moving. And then I didn't touch it or anything, but I got it, on this counter right here, and then it started moving on its back. So I put it in, the plastic size or whatever's coming out of my stainless steel made in India tea kettle that, as many of us know, was fine for 5 or 6 months here. And then it just started, flaking off on the bottom and on the sides. So, Dawn, is it still moving? Who is this for? You're so obsessed with me, and you're so, screwed in my underwear, right? Should I not sleep like this? Night, night, don't let the bed bugs bite. Ants in your pants, not me. Who has crabs right now? And I keep saying for Elon or for Scott Centers, but it's not. It's all for me. And I'm so much better than all of you, which is precisely why you did this. And Lil Randall can't smell like cigarettes. Don't worry, it's a spike. I'm not wasting one. It all starts in California, right? That's what everybody says and thinks. Should I put dirty.grease radio on for the fake homeless homies to stroke your ego? All of you skiladika, skiladikos. So I reported on Iran in Alaska statewide for Fox, ABC, the CW, statewide, the biggest state in America, including the continental U.S., the 49th state. So somebody called Scott Centers, who is the CEO, COO, and or general manager, not the CEO, and complains about how I said Iran. So he brings me in his office. I don't know how long I've been there, a couple weeks, a couple months, and lectures me about it for a second. I thought he was 20 years in the U.S. Army. So is it Iran or Iran? Oh, Maria Athens all the time. Self-love, self-care, health and wellness. talking about that Musk Elon love, 3 citizenships. From my hair to my feet, my animals, planet Earth, say planet Earth, better together, Clark County, mask up, wrap up, and all the Uranuses. And I'm not one to count calories, but I've already talked about, trauma, alcoholism recovered, and Bell's palsy with the almost shot out left eardrum is enough for me to handle. But it says, calories 30 per tablespoon. So if I cut out this, how much of this am I drinking right now? Once again, it's not to get a nicotine and or caffeine high because I secretly want to drink, nor does it suppress my appetite. What, 1,000 or 2,000 calories a day? I could stop this. Now, I don't like black coffee, and maybe my stomach would get flatter.